In this video, I'm taking you along for a journey on Italo, a high-speed train operator in Italy connecting all major cities over the country at 300 km per hour. Join me today for an incredible ride in their comfortable first-class cabin from Rome to Milan on a special non-stop run, completing the journey in under 3 hours. I'll show you everything about the onboard experience, from the complimentary first-class service to the stunning views along the route. And stay tuned until the end, where I reveal just how little I paid for this incredible first-class journey. Hello here from Rome, where today we'll be catching Italo, the private high-speed train operator here in Italy's flagship service up to Milan. We will run non-stop almost direct to the city center in just under 3 hours, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that experience is like. I'll be traveling in first class today, which I got a really good deal on, so let's get this journey started and head inside the station. Rome's Termini station is certainly not winning any awards for architectural beauty. But the last time I was here, this whole front square was just one complete asphalt dump, so it's nice to see they're working on making it better. But there's still some way to go before the front square will be finished and be a nice way to welcome travelers to the city. Luckily, this station is a lot nicer on the inside, so let's head inside and check it out. Inside the station there's two large main halls filled with all sorts of shops, restaurants and fast food outlets catering to pretty much every need. Buying a train ticket for Italo is fairly straightforward, either using one of their machines or at their ticket office. But I would recommend booking ahead online, as prices on the day are quite steep. Italo also has a lounge here at the station in Rome, but when traveling in their first-class product they call Prima, access is a paid addition, which I opted to skip today. Not to worry though, there is plenty of places to hang around at the station and plenty of choices for a quick bite or something more substantial to eat. As our train is not scheduled to depart for roughly another hour, let me show you my favorite place to wait inside the station. Simply just take the escalators up to the food hall on the first floor, grab a bite or a drink from one of the many food outlets up here, and enjoy some great views of the trains going in and out of the station's platforms. And while I do like it up here in the food court, you know I'm a bit of a train geek, so let's head to the platforms and see what kind of trains are around. Access to all platforms are now controlled by ticket gates, so make sure to have your QR code ready for scanning. Termini station is one of the busiest in all of Italy, served by many commuter and regional trains every day, some of which are parked on platforms almost a 10-minute walk away from the main station building. But of course there's also a lot of high-speed trains here. Italy's high-speed railway network started out by just being served by national operator Trenitalia. They still operate the majority of high-speed services in the country, but they now face fierce competition on key routes. In 2012, the privately owned Italo came along with the liberalization of the Italian high-speed railway network, undercutting Trenitalia's fares and offering a frequent and high-quality service between most major cities on the high-speed railway network. And today, we'll be traveling on their flagship AGV high-speed train. The AGV was built by Alstom, and while it was designed for a commercial service speed of 360 km per hour, in Italy you won't see it go above 300. Today I'll be traveling in Prima, which is Italo's equivalent of a first-class product, but Italo also offers an executive class above this called Club. The standard class offering is called Smart, which we'll make sure to check out later in the video, but for now let's head on board and find our seat here in Prima. I've been assigned seat number 1 for my journey today, which is this solo seat. Before departure, I also went to have a quick look at Executive Club class. This features seats in an open layout that are very similar to first class, but with a different color scheme, as well as a few of these almost fully enclosed compartments. Back in Prima, I do have to say I did notice quite a few scratches and smudges, which is not too surprising given the train still has its original interior from 2012. The train is not dirty by any means, but I could hope that Italo has plans to tighten up the interior a bit in a not too distant future. Anyway, we are now ready for departure, which today is bang on time at 14:10. We initially snake our way out of the station, passing the many sets of complex junctions just behind the station itself, where we actually start by heading south, but soon enough we will begin the 180-degree turn that will take us out towards the high-speed line towards Florence. We even get challenged to a race by this Trenitalia ETR 500, operating the competing 1410 Trenitalia service to Milano Centrale. However, as that one is a stopper, we quickly overtake it as it comes into its first scheduled stop at Tributina. Our train will instead run non-stop all the way to Milan's Rogoredo station, where we are scheduled to arrive after a journey time of just 2 hours and 54 minutes. And with our train now well underway, let's take a closer look at the route map for today's journey. We are catching Italo high-speed train 9984. Leaving from Rome, we will begin our 565 km long journey that's scheduled to take 3 hours and 5 minutes to go all the way to Milano Centrale, giving our train an average speed of 183 km per hour. Our train will now join the Rome to Florence high-speed railway. This was actually the first high-speed line to open in Europe, with the first segment opening all the way back in 1977, and the full line was completed by 1992. And partly because of its age and the way it was constructed, it means today it's capped at 250 km per hour, which is still fast, but not quite up to the 300 we'll be doing later on some of the newer lines. Not long after we reach 250 km per hour, the onboard service commences in first class, which consists of a trolley service, offering a complimentary selection of hot and cold beverages and a small snack like nuts, cookies or chocolate. I went for some coffee as well as this chocolate wafer. While it's nothing too substantial, it is a nice gesture on a 3-hour trip like this. Catering is definitely one of the weak points for Italo, as they don't have a bistro or cafe car or anything like that on board, instead just opting for vending machines, as you'll see later in the video. But now, let's first have a look at the seats here in Prima or first class. They are very spacious and large with this leather-like material, featuring a comfortable head cushion alongside this winged headrest that was decently padded. As for the structure of the seat itself, it is ergonomically shaped and I found it pretty comfortable. It provides a good amount of support in the back as well as being very well padded in the base. Overall, really good. As for other features, you have this small cup holder that folds out from the tray table. The tray table itself is large and pretty sturdy overall, although it does have a slight bit of wobble. One thing I don't understand is what this strap is for, because you couldn't really use it to hold your phone as a device holder, and the only use I found for it was to mount my camera here for one shot. Another thing I don't really get is the design of the seat pocket, as it doesn't have a base, meaning any small items like a phone you would normally put here will just fall out onto the floor. Other features include an adjustable footrest, and next to this you'll find a small bin. The seat is also equipped with one Italian-style power outlet as well as one reading light. The very well padded armrest also features the seat's recline button, with the seat offering a generous amount of recline. Overall, the seats are comfy, but they are definitely showing their age now in a few areas. After a little more than 1 hour on the high-speed line from Rome, we begin to slow down as our train is now about to pass through Florence. While most high-speed trains here curve away to serve the dead-end terminal at Florence Santa Maria Novella station, we instead take the avoiding line, heading directly for the high-speed line towards Bologna, which probably saves us around 10 minutes of overall journey time. Our train slows down here briefly as another Italo train is currently blocking the line ahead. But with that train out of the way, we can continue our journey again, now accelerating back up to join the Florence to Bologna high-speed railway line. This segment of high-speed railway is mostly underground, as we will be crossing under the Apennine mountain range. So there's really not a lot I can show you for the next roughly 40 minutes, as our train only briefly pops in and out of the tunnels for a few seconds at a time. So we are roughly halfway through the journey, having traveled for about 90 minutes. So far it's been pretty comfortable, the seats are still good and the service is fine. And when I tell you about the ticket price towards the end of the video, I'm sure you'll agree it's great value too. The only thing I can put my finger on is there's a few scratches and smudges all around the train, so it is starting to show its age, but it's by no means uncomfortable. Looking forward to see if we arrive in Milan on time in under 3 hours. Eventually, we pass non-stop through the underground high-speed rail platforms at Bologna Centrale, overtaking a slower high-speed train service that, like most, made the stop. Just a couple of moments later, we pop back above ground, taking the Bologna to Milan high-speed railway for the final bit of our journey. After crossing under the mountains, the weather has completely changed from a slightly overcast day to one where the sky is completely covered and very grey. Right, let's go take a look around the rest of the train's interior, starting with the toilets here in Prima class. The toilet here is easily locked and was looking nice and clean. The flush was working, there was plenty of paper towels to dry your hand, and the water was working without issue. Heading further down the train, there's a few more carriages of Prima first class, and at the end of that we'll find a vending machine area. Unfortunately, this is the entire culinary offering on board, with a similar vending machine area also found further down the train in standard class. Standard class on board Italo is called Smart and features pretty comfortable seats with similar features to first class, just with less legroom and overall space. Other features include these luggage racks with a coin chain lock for extra security, and standard class passengers, as mentioned, also has access to a similar vending machine area. Back at my seat, we are now speeding towards Milan, finally reaching the train's maximum speed of 300 km per hour and overall riding pretty smoothly. Although I did get a bit annoyed by the door not being properly fixed to the rest of the train, making it having this annoying squeaking noise for parts of the journey. Another thing that wasn't too great either was the free onboard Wi-Fi. Not only do you need to use your phone number to receive a verification text to actually use the Wi-Fi, it was also just not very good. Around 2 hours and 40 minutes after we departed Rome, we get the first signs that we are approaching Milan, as we race this EasyJet Airbus A320 on approach to Milan's central Linate airport. And just a couple of minutes later, we slow down to call at Milan's Rogoredo station. We pull into the station at 16:56, having completed the non-stop run from Rome in just 2 hours and 46 minutes. As our train is pickup only here in Rogoredo, we depart early and the race is on. Can we make it all the way to Milano Centrale within the next 10 minutes to complete the entire run in under 3 hours? Well, stay tuned, as before we arrive I still need to summarize the trip and tell you how much I paid for it. I've had a great journey with Italo today. Sure, their trains are starting to show their age a little bit by now, and the door was very annoying at times. But the seat was very comfortable still, and overall their product is solid. Especially given I paid just 28 euros for my ticket, which was in first class on a premium high-speed train between Italy's two most important cities. If that's not great value, I don't know what is. Fares of course vary based on demand and time of booking, and Italo does a lot of ticket promotion and sales, where I managed to pick up this ticket in their Black Friday sale for just 28 euros. And now, as our train pulls into the massive and beautiful Milano Centrale station, the big question is, have we made it all the way to the center of Milan in under 3 hours? The answer is, we pull into the platform at 17:07, 8 minutes early and just 2 hours and 57 minutes after leaving Rome. What an incredible journey this has been. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I try to post a new video every Sunday. And if you want to give the channel a little extra support, consider joining the membership program to get early access to all my videos as well as exclusive travel updates. To continue your journey, why not watch this video on Germany's incredible ICE-free Neo high-speed train by clicking the link on screen now. And as always, thanks for watching.
Centrale.